Welcome to the weekend on Pete Tong, Radio 1, BBC.co.uk.
That's so nice that they have like people to welcome you to the weekend over there. I wish we had that over here. Yeah,
totally. Man, I just feel music inside of me. Which is always better than feeling dicks inside of you. Hello, welcome to 8-Bit Dad. I'm Zach Rosenberg.
And I'm Brian Ferguson. 8-Bit Dad is the modern parent source for news, reviews, and fatherly opinions, which is updated daily. In this show, we talk about some of the weekly top stories that we post on 8bitdad.com.
That's right. We are the founding fathers of 8-Bit Dad, and we aggregate parenthood news from across the internet. And we are from the 80s generation, not the 80-year-olds generation, but the 1980s.
Yes.
And, if you got it, you got it, and if you don't, you don't.
Yes, and if you have a story that you would like to share, you can email us at 8bitdad. Nope. You can email us at dads@8bitdad.com, or follow us on Twitter, which is twitter.com/8bitdads. Or be sure to like us on not or
And the Facebooks.
Yeah, just like us on Facebook too.
Just do it all.
Do everything.
And if you go to any website on the internet, you could probably just put a /8bitdad on the end of it, and we're going to show up.
Wikipedia, Google, eBay, probably.
Yeah, I've been selling some 8-Bit Dad stuff on eBay.
So, this is episode 14.
We've made it.
We've made it past the tweens.
I feel like we finally made it. I'm just writing you an email to tell you I quit.
Shit. So, today's Sunday. The Patriots are in the Super Bowl. We found out.
Yes!
The Giants and the San Francisco 49ers are playing right now. And
I've been waiting so long for that to happen.
Yeah, I know you have. And I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that the Giants and the Patriots are going to be in the Super Bowl.
The Giants and the Pats.
Giants-Pats.
Is there anyone notable playing on either one of those teams that I would know about?
No.
I don't watch football, so...
Kobe Bryant, I think, is on.
I know, like, Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
Troy Aikman. And, who's that Heisman guy? O.J. Simpson. Lynn Swann.
I think he murdered people. But,
so none of those guys playing?
About 50% of those.
It says you have the Giants by 5.
Yeah, for this game.
In my notes. I hope I didn't blow anything. Like set off the Vegas records or something.
I don't have an official bet, but I'm just going to say that the Giants are going to like...
Are you able to win by 5? It seems like every time I like try to make a witty football joke and say like, or an insight, like if someone's like, you follow football, and I'm like, yeah, I hope the Nets win by 15. People are like, you can't win football by 15 or something. So is 5 a score that you can win by?
If you get a touchback or a field goal.
Touchback?
Yeah, there's lots of rules.
Like, is that when you catch the ball and then someone tackles you in your own end zone or something like that? Shit, I just guessed that one?
Yeah. You could be a
that was like full on like NFL Football 94.
Yes.
For the Genesis right there. That's the only reason I knew that one.
But there are multiples of 5. You could get like 2 touchdowns and a field goal, and that's 15 points. 2 touchdowns. But missing the extra points.
Let me do the math on that one. So what? 6 and 6 and
3. Yeah.
3.
Yeah. Are we gonna do this over again?
I think we're still good.
We did like 2 other takes that just didn't pan out.
I'm not all that sure this one's going to pan out, but I think I'm going to ride it until it's dead.
We don't have enough tape left. So
ride the horse till it's dead.
Just go for it.
So this week we had a
unsuccessful podcast
unsuccessful podcast question of the week.
But I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, I thought it was meaningful.
I thought it was too. It seems like whenever we ask something meaningful, people don't answer, and when we ask something meaningless, people are like, coming out in droves to answer. But this week, and we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about it in opposite order, I guess. The story that this has to do with,
yes,
is coming up next. So don't go and get your cookies and pies.
Don't change the channel.
But the question was, what finish line has your dad carried you across?
Yes.
I don't want to ruin the story for you until 5 minutes from now. But
I think this is involved in way more reading than the actual question led on. So
it probably does. But
I mean, if you read our site, you'll understand why we thought of it. It was one of those things. I think that as for me, my dad kind of carried me across the sports finish line, as it were. I played soccer for like 12 years or something like that, and
it's like double digits.
It's double digits, and
I haven't even been brushing my teeth for 12 years.
And we won like the AYSO like Southern California Championship or whatever in like 1990.
Sweet.
And he was our coach,
Did you get a trophy?
and I totally did. And we got some money, I think.
Something else I didn't ever get.
Yeah, we all got big ass trophies, and it was a riot. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Sweet.
Until it got competitive, and then I was like, nah.
Like, I'm out of this.
But yeah, he was really involved in my life with sports, and we really bonded over that kind of stuff, like baseball and soccer, especially. He was always my coach, like growing up. So I can say that he very well carried me to across the finish line to a competitive nature that I think inspired me to be sort of like a competitive person in different aspects of my life. So
sweet.
There's that.
I have no idea what my dad's done for me.
Sense of humor,
I mean,
probably. He's got a good sense of humor. His dad has a really good sense of humor.
He always did. He gave me a lot of really good advice, and like for funny dudes. Mm-hmm. Like I think he gave me a lot of advice on like being funny, and his advice was usually like don't be funny.
Don't try.
I guess it stands out to me. I guess maybe I don't know if this is like really the answer to the question or anything, but he had told me that no one loves a funny guy.
That's true.
And people like funny guys, but no one loves a funny guy.
Right.
So that was kind of like my dating advice from him was like, don't be funny if you want to like hook up with a chick.
Yeah.
Which totally is true. I've tried it and it does not work. And maybe the finish line he carried me across was getting married.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. On my first date with my wife, notoriously, I told her to not go falling in love with me. I said, don't go falling in love with me, like as a joke. And,
bagged it.
Totally.
Tag and bag it.
So, I don't know if that counts, but I'd say marriage is a finish line.
There you go.
Maybe, I don't know if I've carried
maybe your son is the finish line. Because you had to win the race somehow.
It's definitely the end of something.
Yeah.
So, we had one response to our awesome question of the week.
Good old Brucey.
Bruce Allen, our best friend. He should start paying us.
Our bestie.
He said that his dad modeled courage in everything he did and every painful thing he survived. He loved my mom like no other man. Like no other man has loved any woman. Gotcha. That means something totally different than where I was going. Yeah. He was the model I wish I could be.
That's cool.
So, yeah. So I guess the finish line was life.
Life.
Or something, or love.
And, life and love are very, two very popular things.
I'm not all that sure he was answering this week's question.
All right.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thanks.
No,
that was a very sweet thing.
It's kind of, it was a really vague question because we totally said, like,
read the story and then
what real
answer this,
finish line or not real finish line has your dad carried you across? So.
I think people were like thinking like I don't run track. What am I going to answer this for?
That's what I thought. I wrote the question. That's what I thought. I was like, I don't know the answer to this question. I got no idea.
But let's explain it, shall we?
So now
with our first story.
Let's do it backwards. So 20 years later, Redmond's father will carry the Olympic torch.
Yes.
Now,
if you can pull up the story.
If I can pull the story up.
This was a story that
pause the webcast.
Is pretty cool, like, now.
You actually cover this. I didn't even see it in the news.
I didn't either. I had to look it up. I was like, I was actually curious. To be
I saw your link, like your ESPN link on Facebook, and was like, that'd be a great story for the site. And then I saw that you posted it on the site and was like, well, well, I guess someone's on top of their noodles today.
Well, Derek Redmond is an Olympic athlete who competed in the Barcelona 1992 Olympics in the 4x400 meters relay. Or no, he won a gold medal.
Won a whole lot of
yeah,
stuff.
like just all kinds of crap he's won, you know. But he competed and pulled a hamstring like in the middle of the race. And
one fateful day.
Yeah.
Scroll down and watch the video in the post if you haven't already.
It's more educational than emotional. There's a lot of other Josh Groban type movies that
I
we're
was
going to
looking
look
for the Josh Groban. Like, I mean, man, that guy gets you.
Yeah, he does. But yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. And
well, like literally, like this dude pulls a hamstring, like in the race, and usually, like in Olympic races, when like I love watching the hurdles because someone's always eating shit. And I mean, you know, maybe that's bad to say, but
it's fun.
You know, like they like literally like lay on the track and cry for like 20 minutes while people like finish the race and like get their.
Well, I mean, once you hit a hurdle, you're done.
Yeah, like that's that.
I mean, once you trip over one, you're just.
You know, and so that's kind of the same way in like all the other sports. Is it's like when someone falls, like that's like they leave them there, and like they discover the bones like 20 years later. Like no one, like that person's gone.
Yeah.
So, so this dude pulls his hammy out on the 400 meter, and there's like a white dude that kind of like one of his like trainers or something kind of like steps out on the track and he's like, "Go for it, Derek!" You know, or like gives him like a pat on the back, like. You just pulled your hammy and blew your Olympic dreams.
Well, I think he waved him off initially and just said like, "I'm gonna finish."
Yeah. Because
everyone was concerned, like you know, he's gonna like further injure himself and wouldn't be able to walk.
So then all of a sudden you see this dude like
trucking
out from the stands, and these other white guys are like trying to hold him back, and he must have said like, "That's my son," although not in that voice because he's British, but he comes up, and I mean you see this dude like come up and like. Throw his arms around his son and help his son.
Yeah, and just the way that
the
way that Derek reacts to this is just breaks your heart.
Clad in Nike gear.
God, you know, like that just that wail of like him realizing that that's his father right there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and like that's the right person to help you win the race.
That's awesome.
Not win the race, but win life's race.
But now Jim has been since the Olympics now are in they're in England across the pond.
Jolly old.
Yes, and he was invited along with this other dude who had a traumatic experience happen to his son in a diving competition. I want to say, like he hit his head on a diving board in the Sydney Games. I think it was.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah.
That happens. Oh, God, you see that? That's like one of those you can't unsee videos. Hurdle people falling in hurdles. You're like, whatever.
Yeah, you're like this far off the ground. You know, like whatever.
Diving, it's like they do like the 3 bounces on the diving board, and then they come up and then ding, hit their head, and you're like, oh God. Oh.
But yeah, he was Jim was chosen by the British Olympic Association chief executive Andy Hunt.
Such a British name.
Yeah, and
Paul Mears.
Yeah,
another way British name.
But he was nominated by the BOA chairman Lord
Moynihan.
But yeah, he was this dude Paul Mears was right by his bed, like his son Chris's bedside after his diving accident in the Sydney Games.
So they were selected to carry the torch.
Yes,
which is pretty big. I mean,
that's a huge honor.
I don't know how they pick it usually, but I
think it's just based
like that basically.
Yeah, pretty much like just what it says.
I mean, it's big. I mean, it's like the torch never goes out. And
yeah,
there's all sorts of special shit that goes along with that.
But,
but that's it's awesome. Now,
yeah.
If we can do a little conspiracy theory here.
Do it.
England's been in trouble with dads recently.
Okay.
I don't know if you've been reading the news.
I don't care for the news.
I try not to. Do I really have like DuckTales in the back of my head going?
I think you do.
It's awesome. But
were you wearing a hat?
No.
Oh.
That's just how my like neck fat pushed it up. But England has this like this weird thing going on with dads, which if you've been reading our website, and the stats show you haven't been, but you can click on the tag England. They've kind of had riots that have maybe been going on because of fathers, and there's been a lot of like father legislation going on, and the current people that are in government right now have been promising this idea of new legislation for pro fathers, but then they haven't been going through on it, etc., etc., etc. So I wonder if like this is sort of one of those like, well, we're making good on our promise type deals, or if it's a, well, we're going to show them we're making good on our promise and then not.
I think maybe when they put the bid in for Britain, but either hosting the Olympics, I think they had this guy in mind ever since '92.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to cheapen it either way, but yeah, you had said Obama even mentioned them when they were bidding in '92.
Well, when Chicago was bidding for the 2016. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he's evidently people have been thinking about him. It's not just that one person or one country thought it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was like it was a really iconic moment that was.
Minus the
captured.
Nike gear.
Yeah. You almost thought it was like a Nike spot at one point. Like, dude, really? Like,
yeah.
Really? But anyways, there's that. So
players got to play.
Yes.
Hey, someone comes to you and gives you a free T-shirt and a free hat that says "Just Do It."
This is a free T-shirt right here.
I wish I could get a shirt that said "Just Do It."
This is my band, and it's free for me. So next story was the 8-Bit Dad talks to father of girl who handled lion encounter like a Valiant.
That's awesome.
So this was pretty cool. This little girl Sophia Walker was at the Cougar Mountain. No, wait, that's not it. The Wellington Zoo in New Zealand. What website are you on? There's a bunch of cougars, and
Cougar Mountain.
It was reminiscent of Sex and the City, and no, but she was at this Wellington Zoo in New Zealand. This happened way across the
across a lot of ponds.
Yes,
or just one if you go the other way.
And I talked to I reached out to her father Julian, who wasn't there consequently, but I wanted to get like his opinion on the reaction that he had when he first saw the video. And,
yeah, totally.
Just as a father, like, what do you think when your daughter? Like, I know what I think as like a passive viewer looking at this video and just like going, "That's pretty crazy." Like that lion is about,
giant, 400
pounds, and there's like a 80-pound girl right there. If she is 80 pounds, I don't even know. Like how many pounds are 8-year-olds?
Well, my 3-year-old is like 50 pounds.
Okay, so it's about like 70-ish. Yeah, okay.
Although they don't use pounds, I don't think. So.
Yeah, it's probably metric system.
30 stone.
Stone. I want to go back to the stone system.
The stone system.
That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, there was like a few questions that I thought were really, pretty cool. And there was a really interesting kind of angle that I thought that the media wasn't taking with this. Is that, I mean, it wasn't like interesting because it wasn't really a big deal after all. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to see how Julian thought about, like this attack that happened with this guy Bob, who was a trainer. And it happened in 2006, where this guy was like viciously mauled by Malik and this.
Like viciously mauled.
Yeah, well, he had food. I mean, he was going to feed him, and there's your number one problem.
That's when they attack. I thought you're supposed to do it with like.
I know, but he had like buckets.
One thing I learned from Jurassic Park, it's that you lower the goat down on like a metal thing. Doesn't matter what animal it is, lower the goat down with a metal.
Yeah.
Something. Harness.
But yeah, like I wanted to kind of get his reaction to what he would have thought of something like that. And he hasn't heard of that. I don't know how long he's been in New Zealand, but he's a native of England, and I think he moved there because of job reasons. But he said that he didn't know about that attack in '06, and he was sure that it's just as any animal and
in a cage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Poke it with a stick and put him in a cage and
yeah, and he reiterates that people must remember that these are wild animals.
Totally.
And these the reports from all over the world should never blame the animals for their natural instinct. Yeah.
Except for that tiger that mauled. Was Siegfried and Roy?
Oh, they deserved it. I mean,
totally.
Circus, whatever.
Lions.
But yeah, I posted a few pictures of like, you know, Sophia has a brother. What's his name? Dominic. Yes. And he's a little bit older than that picture right there, but it's like a really cute picture of him on the first page there. And so, you know, cool kids. They go to the zoo like once a month. And
so clearly not
over in New Zealand, so they're not like
not traumatized by.
Yeah, they're pretty regulars over there.
Well, she handled it like a Valiant.
She totally did.
Mentioned.
Yes.
I like that. I like that people are always excited when we reach out to them.
Yeah.
To like ask questions.
Yeah, a little bit.
They're a little bit. It took this guy a while.
I don't want to like oversell it, but
people seem to be pretty excited when we email them and say like, hey, what's your, you know, as the father, what was your
thought? I mean, I'm actually talking to someone else in England. This girl Kate. I'm not going to give too much away, but
is her last name Middleton?
Nope. But she's an artist. She's an illustrator, and I really liked her illustrations. I saw her on Etsy, and she's selling some drawings and stuff. But she's involved in a book project of a book that's going to be coming out in August. So I have an article that's going to be coming out pretty soon with her, and just featuring some of her work. And she answered a few of my questions as well. So. Cool. Really nice lady. You know, just she was more than happy to email me back, and you know, she actually found us before. Like she went to research some games for kids or something like that, like for like her friends.
Stuff.
Yeah. So she knew of us. Some random person in England knew of 8-Bit Dad.
I don't know if people are just like shining.
Oh yeah, we totally know you guys.
It seems like when I email some people, like they say, you know, oh yeah, I love that website, and you're like, really? Because the numbers don't show that.
Numbers show that you just went on there for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, the numbers show that you showed up a second ago.
But yeah, thanks again to Julian who responded, and he's all over the place, like all over the media, like just everyone's trying to get like an interview with this guy.
And we got it.
Get him.
Yeah. 8-Bit Dad.
Speaking of the media,
for the future, man, the best thing about the media is that they can't do anything wrong. Oh, hey, time for my story.
Say what can be done wrong.
Bad Dadvertising. So
Triaminic.
This is one of those. Triaminic.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
All right.
They should try again. Should we just start the show over?
Good slam. Advertising slam.
Bam! Triaminic, more like try again a minute. Try again a something.
That's what should have been your title.
More like try again. So I was laying on my couch, fat and lazy, last week, and saw this commercial for Triaminic. Number one, I haven't seen a Triaminic commercial in
35 years?
Yeah, I don't know how long.
And we're not even 35 yet.
Before I was born.
Yeah.
I saw it from the womb.
So
I'm had a big vagina. But so the commercial was like so the commercial was like normal. Whatever.
Oh, I've seen this one. The guy with the fucking overalls on the outside.
Yeah, like the onesie, the adult.
Yeah, the adult onesie
or whatever. Who I don't even know if that's his dad or something in the commercial.
He's
or
just
not,
like some dude cutting wood outside.
Some dude cutting wood. But this kid has 102 fever,
which is kind of dangerous.
Like 102, your lymph nodes are melting, and everything's fine except at the end of the commercial it says the brand that moms trust.
Yeah.
Which it's like it's too late to do that in time nowadays. Like you can't do that anymore because there's so many dads that are taking care of kids, and there's so many there's even a lot of dual father households nowadays. So you just can't do that without someone getting butthurt over it. And hey, here's my butt and I'm hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't actually reach out to Triaminic because there's no way to reach out to them.
And why would you?
Like
this is pretty plain and simple, like out there.
Yeah, totally. I mean, they're owned by this Novartis company that does like a million different drugs and a million different over-the-counter things.
There are a lot of companies that are owned by other companies that just like
and these guys are
destroy all kinds of backlash.
And these dudes are like not on Twitter, and they're not. I mean, like
which proves kind of like the real way to like backlash these kind of ads is just to like stay away from them. You know, like to try to get the word out that they just don't care, or they have a particular campaign that You know, I mean, advertising speaks volumes for a product, and they spend lots of money trying to do that. And I think it's very important for people to react to advertising to say, no, this is kind of like voting, you know, like
exactly.
This isn't right.
Yeah, and this is voting with your wallet, basically.
And that's what you should be doing.
And I had two bits of advice for people. Number one was fathers don't buy Triaminic, and mothers don't buy Triaminic.
Yeah, because, support the fathers in this one.
Fathers don't buy it for the obvious reason, is that they don't think that you can do it. And if you read the story, which I hope you do, because it's kind of, I mean, it's interesting. The way they talk about moms on the website, and exclusively to moms, it really leaves fathers out. And it's ridiculous. So dads don't buy it. Number two, moms don't buy it. And you know why? Because when brands talk to mothers as if they're the caregivers, brands are saying, moms, don't go out and get a career, your place is in the home.
Yeah.
So, you know, even though it's funny, like, people are always thinking, like, well, we're talking to moms, they're the ones that buy things in the house. What they're doing is they're saying moms belong in the home, you know, moms should be the caretakers, moms, you know, sit with the kids while the dads are out earning money.
And that's such an old standard that's brought over from like many years of advertising, since ever since like TV was invented.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the ads from like the 1940s or 50s, it was just like,
that's it.
You know, like the wife's smoking while she's pregnant, and you know, like there was no warnings on anything. And
exactly. So it's such a dumb, antiquated system, and I think we've learned now. You know, I kind of mentioned at the end, I poked it in at the end, that Vicks has been around since like 1890 or something, and they just
with the lozenges.
They just Vicks, like Vapo Rub and the lozenges, and
they had Vapo Rub in the 1890s.
Yeah, it's crazy. If you look at the timeline on their website, like it's crazy.
Where did they even think about that shit?
Crazy wafers, what they've had since the 1800s, since like the Civil War, which was I guess 50 years before that.
Yeah,
but
we're World War I.
But they, you know, Vicks, who is equally, I mean, they're older than Triaminic or Novus or whatever the hell these guys are.
Yeah.
And they've featured a father in their commercials because they said, we realize that the landscape of parenting has been changing and more fathers are home with their kids. So they put Drew Brees, NFL quarterback.
I saw that commercial.
In the commercial. Great commercial.
That was cool.
Awesome. We covered it in another article, and you know, it works really well, and it goes to show you that just because you have a registered trademark on a Mom's Trust Triaminic thing, it doesn't mean that you have to keep it. You can always, you know, whatever.
Yep.
So, you know, I think that these companies think that they're really being good to moms by saying, like, this is the brand Mom's Trust, but they're really being insulting.
Yeah.
So I think no one should buy it. We should be going into stores and putting notes on things saying, don't buy this, it's dad unfriendly.
That's kind of douchey, but you know, I mean, we want to get the point across. I think we're doing our part as much as we can. You know,
I want to cover as many commercials as possible just to show these guys.
Oh, there's the Vicks commercial.
It'd be nice
right
if
there.
you know, it'd be nice if we could actually mobilize and tell people not to buy it.
Like,
I mean, I guess I did. I said, moms don't buy it, dads don't buy it.
Getting a creepy van with like a megaphone on the top.
Don't buy Triaminic.
Vote for
try my snake oil instead. No, there's actually, you know, in this market, there's a million different brands of things that do the same effing thing. So just get one of those. Just don't buy Triaminic. Hit him in the wallet.
Yes.
Do it for me. I'm heavy.
What was that mayor's name in Back to the Future? Mayor Goldie Wilson III.
Goldie Wilson III.
Vote for Goldie Wilson III.
I'm gonna clean up this town. Stop by cleaning up the floor, you spade. Isn't that how it went?
I don't know.
I don't know if he called him a spade, but I think he did actually.
Did you really?
I think so.
That's pretty racist, man.
There were some pot shots in Back to the Future.
Same thing with Disney, man, with those crows. What was that movie? The
Wiz or whatever? Or no, that was the Michael Jackson Wizard of Oz movie.
No, I thought the Wiz. I thought the Wiz was about that dude that played Nintendo.
No, that was the Wizard.
Oh, what the?
Have you seen the Wiz? The Michael Jackson.
Yeah, but the Wizard was like totally something different. I totally saw that in theaters like the day it came out.
I did too. And you got
I was like 9 years old.
The little Nintendo Power with Super Mario Brothers 3 on it.
Oh my god, with all the secrets and stuff.
Man, and you saw like Super Mario Brothers 3 for the first time in the movie, and you were like, "Oh my god!" I totally pissed my seat.
Yeah, totally. You're like, it looks so amazing.
You're like 10 or 11 or something, and you're like, "Oh!"
And what game?
You can fly. Mario can fly.
Well, I mean, like what we said in that one episode, like what game couldn't look better than Super Mario Brothers 2 at that point? It was just like a rehash of like another Japanese like game that just failed.
Doki Doki Panic. Yeah. Oh man.
But that was good stuff, man.
Good times. Something else that's from our 6th grade.
Yeah. I used to draw pictures of these motherfuckers. Beavis and Butthead in real life. Dad comment win. And I saw this post on my Facebooks, and it was from BuzzFeed. Really, really kind of creepy, realistic models.
I kind of used to look like Beavis when I was thin.
With the eyes pulled back and everything. But yeah, these models are scary. Like I've seen pictures like of people trying to like realistically draw Bart Simpson or Homer.
Yeah, that's kind of undoable.
Yeah, this is creepy as hell.
They kind of, I mean,
like the hair.
Can we be honest about kids in Nebraska?
Yeah,
they kind of look like kids in Nebraska. I mean, they look like. I mean, it looks like someone from Napoleon Dynamite or something. Like
a little bit more creepy though. Like this guy looks like a serial killer.
Angle.
All right, well, my wife's home. So check those photos out. And but yeah, the best part of this whole thing, and he's still at the top. He's still at the top comments.
I voted. I liked it.
This guy Vincent Gallagher, who posted a comment saying that he told his son that that's his uncle. I'm not sure if it was Beavis or Butthead, but
either one or both.
He said that he was coming to the house this afternoon, and he said, "No, Dad, he's weird." So, thanks.
Who doesn't have like a weird uncle?
Yeah.
Like weird Uncle Beavis.
Yeah, exactly.
I had an Uncle Rob. I actually had 2 Uncle Robs.
So we gave Vincent some props and tried to help him stay at the top.
I liked it. I liked that comment.
I
think we had a couple people come over from Facebook.
Yep. So that's it for our stories.
Bam.
And
Aces.
I think we're at half an hour or about.
We're probably out of time.
My phone died,
thing that says
yeah,
tape done or whatever it says. Usually tape over, F off.
Yeah. So yeah. Well,
upcoming events? Anything?
Nope.
We got a million things to write and just nothing to write it on.
Yeah.
Except computers. So we'll do that.
We'll try to do that.
I got an article coming out at, I don't want to say tomorrow. This guy's going to get back to me with pictures, but about like an all-father gaming clan.
Oh, cool. Yeah. It's cool. Like that DAD. Awesome.
Yeah, the Dad's clan.
Yeah, I want to get on that.
Like the Dad's Army. Yeah,
I want to get on that.
They just do PC games though.
Like what?
I mean, not like Mac, but like like they don't do like Xbox and stuff.
Do they do Warcraft?
No.
Thank
they
God.
do Minecraft.
Oh, they do?
A little bit, not a lot.
Okay.
I mean, they just started. I think like a guy does that.
Okay.
But it was based off of their first game was Medal of Honor Airborne Assault
or
Allied Assault.
Do they do Battlefield and all that?
Yeah, they do Battlefield. They do Call of Duty, a little bit of Call of Duty.
Okay.
Stuff like that. So,
all right. Cool.
I don't know, but I got a little profile going on of those guys.
Cool.
Waiting for some pictures.
All right.
But that's it. So, and because of that, if you have a story that you'd like to mention and have us cover, or if you just want to email us and have us ignore you, happens.
Or write for us. You can see the top banner or whatever thing we have going on. Write for us and figure out how to do that.
You can contact us, and that is at, which way does it always go? It's this way?
It's
dads
at
8bitdad.com. You hate it when I do that. I don't know why.
It's so
I'm
douchey.
Just pointing to it.
It's so douchey.
Like Double Dare or something. I don't know why it's like Double Dare, but it's like Double Dare.
Physical challenge. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/8bitdad.
Or you can follow us on Twitter, and that's twitter.com/8bitdads.
With an S. Yes.
So that's it for this week.
Thank God.
What is it? Not it for this week?
I think it is.
Can I keep going?
No. Let's just cut it.
I can find something else. I actually can't. I didn't write anything this week, so.
All right. Fair enough.
So.
Your line.
Your wife's home.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. That's,
yeah.
Insert clever line here.
No, it's the first one right there.
Oh, sorry. 2 lines above that. No, that's why I said that's it for this week.
Oh, you got to say your name, dude.
Oh, I'm Zach Rosenberg.
And I'm Brian Ferguson. Until next week.
Insert clever line here. It's getting late, but I don't mind. It's getting late, but I don't mind.
Thanks.
good. Recovery. And hello and welcome to 8-Bit Dad. I'm Zach.
Shit.